SY BSc Electronic Science, Paper 1, Communication Electronics. In this paper, we start continuous wave modulation techniques. First, we have to know about modulation. Modulation is the process in which some characteristics of carrier wave such as amplitude, frequency and phase is alter accordance with the instantaneous value of some other signal called as a modulating signal. That means carrier signal is changed with modulating signal. Carrier signals are frequency, amplitude and phase. These are the carrier signal. That means carrier signal, which is frequency, amplitude and phase, is varied accordance with the modulating signal, which is called as a modulation. The information signal that we want to transmit, usually called the modulating signal, it may be voice, video or binary data. The high frequency signal which is being modulated is called as a carrier. That means in carrier signal there are high frequencies. The carrier is usually sine wave and considerably higher than information signal. The information signal may have any shape. The carrier after modulation is known as modulated wave. Today's lecture we are going to start amplitude modulation. A continuous wave goes on continuously without any interval and it is the baseband message signal which contains the information. This wave has to be modulated. According to the standard definition, the amplitude of the amplitude modulation according to the standard definition, the amplitude of the carrier signal varies in accordance with the instantaneous amplitude of the modulating signal, which means the amplitude of the carrier signal containing no information varies as per the amplitude of the signal containing information at each instant. This can be well explained by the following figures. So I am drawing the diagram for amplitude modulation. The modulating signal. Now I am drawing the carrier signal. In carrier signal having the high frequencies, that means less bandwidth, with respect to T. Now these two signals added with each other and we will get the modulating signal. called as envelope detections. That means this is the modulation signal. That means in modulation signal, the carrier signals are added together, and this is called as a modulation signal. This is the modulations. Okay, the first figure shows the modulating wave, which is the message signal. The next one is the carrier wave, which is high frequency signal and contains no information, while the last one is the resultant modulated wave. That means this one is the resultant modulated wave. It can be observed that the positive and negative peaks of the carrier wave, that means this one, are interconnected with an imaginary line. This line helps recreating the exact shape of the modulating signal. This imaginary line on the carrier wave is called as an envelope. It is the same as that of the message signal. The basic theory and equation behind amplitude modulations are relatively straightforward and can be handled using straightforward trigonometric calculations and manipulations. Essentially, an amplitude modulated wave consists of a radio frequency carrier, a sine wave at a one frequency, typically in the radio frequency portion of the spectrum. A modulating wave, which is the theory, could be another sine wave, typically at a lower radio frequency, is superimposed upon the carrier. The two signals are multiplied together, and the theory shows how they are interact to create the carrier and two sidebands. Now we can explain mathematical expression for amplitude modulation. It is possible to look at the theory of the generation of an amplitude modulated signal in four steps. First one is that modulating signal, carrier signal, overall modulated signal for a single tone, expansion to cover a typical audio signal. These steps will be covered in greater details below. So which are the four steps? First one is a modulating signal. Next one is a carrier signal. Third one, overall modulated signal for a single tone. And last one is expansion to cover a typical audio signal. So first we can explain mathematical expression. So first of all, let us assume that let Em is equal to Em by using diagram. So we can derive this equation. Then Em is equal to Em cos of omega mt. This is equation number first, which is represent modulating voltage, which are represent modulating voltage. Now next equation is EC. This is the carrier wave equation. EC is equal to EC cos of omega Ct, which are represent carrier signal or carrier voltage. omega m. That means omega m is much greater than, is less than omega c. So I am going to again write those two equations again. Is Em is equal to Em cos of omega mt. This is representing the modulating signal. Then Ec cos of omega ct. This is the carrier signal. Em and Ec are the modulating signal for modulating and carrier signal respectively. Omega m and omega c is the carrier signals, and omega m is the modulating frequency and omega c is a carrier frequency. So note that omega c is much greater than omega m. That means carrier frequency is much greater than omega m. Note that the phase angle has been ignored in both expressions since it is unchanged by the amplitude modulation process. Even if we include phase angle, it will not affect the result but unnecessarily complicate the expression, and hence for the simplicity theta has been dropped in above two equations. When a carrier wave is amplitude modulated, the amplitude of the carrier voltage waveform is caused to vary directly with the modulating voltage. If A is the new amplitude, then if A is the new amplitude, then according to the amplitude modulation, A is equal to Ec plus Ec Em cos of omega mt. The modulated carrier will have the expressions, the modulated carrier will have the expression E is equal to A cos of omega ct. A cos of omega ct. Now this is equation number 4, where E is the instantaneous voltage of the modulating signal. E is the instantaneous voltage of the modulating signal. Substituting equation 3 in 4. Substituting equation 3 in 4, we will get E is equal to, so what is the A? Ec plus Em cos omega mt, and outside of the bracket cos of omega ct. Ec plus Em cos of omega mt, outside of the bracket cos of omega ct. Now this is equation number 5. So therefore E is equal to Ec. I am taking a Ec as a common terms, and then divide by whole term is by Ec. Then Ec 1 plus Em upon Ec cos of omega mt, outside of the bracket cos of omega ct. This is therefore E is equal to Ec in bracket 1 plus, I am putting this term as it is Ma, then cos of omega mt cos of omega ct, where ma is equal to em upon ec. ma is equal to em upon ec, which is known as modulation index, That means the definition of modulation index is that amplitude of the modulating wave, that means the ratio of the amplitude of the modulating wave to the amplitude of the carrier wave, which is called as a modulation index. And the modulation index always having the values in AM 0 to 1. So those values lies in between 0 to 1. Hence we can calculate the value of modulation index by using the above formula. Then the amplitude of the message and carrier signals are known. The modulation index is number lying in between 0 and 1 and is very often expressed as a percentage, is called as percentage modulation. Now let us derive one more formula for modulation index. We can use formula for calculating modulation index value, where the maximum and minimum amplitudes of the modulated wave are known. So this is the modulation amplitude modulation equation. Now we derive the modulation index formula. Let Emax and Eminimum Emax and Eminimum be the maximum and minimum amplitude of the modulated wave. Then the maximum amplitude is by using the formula. So EC max is equal to EC 1 plus MA when cos theta is equal to 1. Therefore, MA solving this equation, therefore MA equal to EC max minus EC divided by EC. This is equation number 8. And the minimum amplitude EC minimum equal to EC in bracket 1 minus MA when cos theta is equal to minus 1. Again solving this equation, we will get MA's value. MA is equal to EC minus EC minimum divided by EC. This is the equation number 9. Equating equation 8 and 9, we will get EC max minus EC is equal to EC minus EC minimum. Equating equation 8 and 9. That means these two equations we are equate. LHS are same. That's why EC max minus EC and EC will get cancelled. Then again we will get the values for EC is EC max plus EC minimum is equal to twice of EC. This is equation number 10. Adding equation 8 and 9, here we equate equation 8 and 9. Here we equate adding equation 8 and 9. Then we will get twice of MA is equal to EC max minus EC minimum twice of divided by EC. Then using equation 10 in 11, we will get MA is equal to EC max minus EC minimum divided by EC max plus EC minimum. This is the equation number 12. Twice is get cancelled in above those two equations. Equation 12 is useful to determine the modulation index. That means this modulation index is used in amplitude modulation and which is having the values lies in between 0 to 1. So next lecture we will see that sideband in amplitude modulation. So today's enough for. Thank you.